Vegas at the GameStop Consumer Expo, chance to be on E-League and win a good part of that $5,000.
Oh, nice jump two to start it off for KevoDaMan. One bar though, first hit did go to Bdon. As this is an interesting matchup, I think.
It definitely is. A lot of the really good characters in this game, such as Black Adam, do have really good ways to get in on zoning, but of course, with all the right reads, which we've seen Bdon be able to make, you can completely shut him out of the air specifically, or really counter his counter zoning.
That's true, and doing a pretty good job as Bdon right now, fighting with his back to the corner, but he does get opened up. This is going to do a lot of damage. It's not going to kill. Or not, I shouldn't say kill. It's not going to take the first life bar, but Bdon does manage to get his way out of the corner.
Unfortunately, just not able to deal with the lightning so far. I mean, the fact that he got out of that corner is a very, very good thing. He was really trapped, and against Black Adam, you do not want to be trapped. I mean, when he controls that entire amount of space, it is so hard to get away from him, get away from that damage. But still, it looks like Bdon hasn't been able to take too much advantage of getting all that space back. He's slowly getting pushed into the left side corner.
And the problem was Bdon actually took a little too long to take that last 100 HP away from KevoDaMan, and he got about, I don't know, maybe 500 damage in while he was trying to get that life bar out of the way. Bdon now in the corner, nice arm back three.
All right, that's going to allow him to set something up. Nice, good conversion. That's going to make it so much closer to even, but that's a huge conversion.
That would have been so... I almost wish Kevo didn't clash just so he could have seen that conversion.
I know, that was so preemptive. He threw that out knowing that even if Kevo had blocked the blast from the third Onk, it would have then continued the pressure. It was almost like full screen frame traps.
And these trades are not really in Bdon's favor, as that low lightning does so much more damage.
Even on
and
block.
There it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
And no chance to clash.
Correct. Which is what's weird, because his regular low lightning is actually clashable.
Yeah, Black Adam does have that sort of bit of uniqueness to him.
Yeah.
Meter burn dive kick also completely unclashable, which is also different from his normal dive kick.
Right. Marble dive. Oh, very nice. Sets it up, but doesn't use the Onk to cover himself. Now stuck in the corner. Interesting corner combo there.
Good block. Oh, that was almost definitely a mistake. Yeah. Huge punish on him.
Because he didn't even use the close one. He just sent it all the way off screen.
He's like, run away, bomb, live a happy life. Oh, and that should be death. Nice, just went for the
simple conversion. Yeah.
Not only was it the simple conversion, but also built him a little bit more meter as he won that life.
It was very intelligent coming out of KevoDaMan. Okay, oh man, I was gonna say Bdon is trying to find some footing as he slowly backs up, and then he eats a boot stomp to the face.
And Bdon has had such a great usage of meter burn back three this set. It is not easy to meter burn back three against Black Adam. He's got a lot of quick hitting hits, a lot of good ways to avoid it, but
especially with Fates, it's not the slowest, but it's also not the fastest.
Right. I mean, it's a solid one, mostly based on its
good
range,
one, yeah.
But yeah, there are definitely ones that would work a little bit better in that situation. Drops the combo. That is not good for Bdon. The slow orb, actually the stopped orb lingering a little bit longer than Kevo thought.
You know what that reminds me of is when like a kid runs into glass because he didn't see it, or because he thought it was a screen door was open. That's exactly what happened to Kevo.
That screen door was not open.
Yeah, that orb was just sitting there. Again, armor back three. It's gonna get clashed, and Bdon once again finds himself in an undesirable situation. No meter for either player, so it's going to be even, but 664 lives still on the side of KevoDaMan, only 194, 148 now. Chip is a factor.
Oh, and Chip is such a huge factor here just because, of course, now he can activate trait and then meter burn roll in, and there's so little that Bdon would have been able to do. I mean, he didn't have the meter to meter burn roll, so instead just went like New York. New York is one of the toughest regions. I mean, you look at the last, oh, I'm sorry, it was actually 2-0, I was incorrect. But you look at the last week of our broadcast where we had just ridiculous play from so many people, and only one of them, who did end up being Bdon, was able to make it into this top 4. So being #1 seed in that region, that means so much.
Yeah. And I actually really like the decision right there. KevoDaMan used Lightning Cage meterless, in that combo so that he could swap Bdon back towards the corner side. That was really smart.
That's true. You almost never see that as a combo ender.
Yeah, that was, I mean, again, that's just positioning and knowledge on KevoDaMan's part. Plus frames, 4-3 again, backing off. Kevo also seems to know when he wants to back off and when he wants to continue pressure, because that's like kind of a folly we've seen with a lot of Black Adam players, is they tend to go in a little too hard. Like, sure, he has a lot of plus frames, he has a lot of really good options up close, but he tends to kind of step off the gas a little bit to kind of let his opponents hang themselves, and I think that's a really smart playstyle with Adam because of his tools.
I agree. He's definitely one of those characters that needs to kind of pick and choose his moments and really bait your opponent into overcommitting, just because he can be overwhelming, but he can't be overwhelming forever. He's not a constant pressure character like, for instance, maybe Batman. He's more of a, you know, he gets these little bursts of pressure, he scares you into doing something, and then he can back off and then see if you react accordingly, and then punish you. Ooh, nice conversion.
Wow, look at that 380. Oh, but wait a second. KevoDaMan gets in, and that's what we're talking about. That first hit of low lightning without meter burn. Or excuse me, just a hit of lightning without meter burn is clashable, and so that's how Bdon was able to get that clash.
Oh, now it's just a, oh wow, I was just gonna say a few more hits, but that
because it's Black Adam, but I really like watching his Black Adam.
Well, this is also the first time that we personally have seen on the broadcast Kevo's Black Adam since the nerf.
Right.
And he is still looking so strong. I know a lot of people did end up dropping Black Adam, dropping Aquaman, dropped a lot of the characters that were, I'm sorry, normalized. But he's sticking with him, and he's making him look great. One more flip to be an explosion.
Yep, nice. Good pressure from Bdon here.
Oh, he almost landed in that orb again. Oh, that was a huge dropped combo.
All of the glyphs are now out of the picture as Bdon is getting some more in there. He has one more left. That's going to be it. And he tried to jump while Kevo.
This seals your fate.
I think he may have expected that he would have been chipped out had he blocked one more projectile. So
yeah.
He was just hoping.
Maybe he was trying to dive kick to get in closer?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think he was just like, you know, if I just sit here, I'm dead anyway, so let's just try something wild. And boy, that's a lot of damage. Still getting that Black Adam damage.
Yeah. I mean, he may not do, you know, 500 to 600 damage anymore, but still 400 to 500 in situations is really, really good. And wow, I gotta say, these adaptations, although Bdon just lost his first life bar, these adaptations from him have been great and have been working really well in his favor.
That's true, and this round in particular, this game in particular, he has fought from that corner almost the entire time. Wow,
that was cool.
He was the down one in that conversion to make sure he stayed on the same side. That was very, very cool. We've already seen from this game that KevoDaMan has an extremely good knowledge and presence of mind of screen position. He has made sure that every single thing that he does manages to keep Bdon in the corner, which generally hasn't worked out for him. But like I said, Bdon fought his way out just almost from that corner the entirety of this game.
Yeah, and another drop combo for Kevo. Wait, this is not going to kill. This is a huge opportunity. Oh, but armor forward 3.
It's my turn to rule.
There should be a little bit of life left or life back for Kevo, but wow, that was a huge drop, and then not blocking the forward 3 was big.
Fate has nothing left to give here. One more lightning is going to do it, but wait a second, trades in his favor, and that is it. Bdon ties it up.
He just put on trait, maybe meter burn rolled in if he has a meter, dive kicked in. That would have been it, but I think he really wanted the projectile chip, didn't expect the projectiles. And boy, they do a lot of damage.
Yeah, no, they really do. And that is actually a favorable trade for Adam, as he canceled out the meter. Well, I should say Bdon spent the meter and he only got one projectile's worth. Ooh, nice conversion. Oh, and he's going to spend the meter, but he drops the combo.
Well, that is the first time I've ever seen Bdon use the meter burn glyph in trait, the one that gives the wall bounce. Literally have never, ever seen him use that, which is so weird for a Fate player because most of them do use that for a lot of
That's actually their main opener, but that's, as we've seen, he mainly uses the glyph to get his forward or back threes in there.
Yeah, I don't understand how he always is ready for that. Like, he just always has a glyph available. I mean, there it is right now.
Oh, and KevoDaMan burning a meter, bar meter to get in with the meter burn roll, but it was Bdon able to stop him. He kind of stuffed him on the way in. Getting down to that low life situation again for Bdon. The
fact that Kevo has some additional meter is so scary. He could use that to close it out without giving Bdon a chance to clash. And he will.
There it is. Arrow and Superman matchup.
Right, and a lot of that just comes down to zoning. Now, of course, in Injustice 1, it was always well known that Superman just completely outzoned Arrow, but with all the changes that they made to Arrow, his zoning does work really, really well against Superman, managing to keep him out of the air a lot of the time. In fact, what was that last match? We just saw this match very recently. I want to say it was...
Was it Biennality?
I don't know. There have just been so many tournaments recently. I can't even think about it. But we have seen this matchup very recently at an IPS event. And it looks like Cossner has changed how he plays it. He's playing very defensively. He's just rushing down now that he's managed to get Knicks into the corner. But he's got a relatively good lead.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that he hates the Superman matchup because he's doing very well in this first round.
Right, and again, that was 2.5 months ago that he said he hated that matchup. So
that was a while ago.
There's plenty of time to adapt, to change your play style, and he said no delayed wake up. I'm just gonna OTG you. Dive bomb.
And we talk about it all the time. Those 1% arrows.
The 1% arrows, while they're only 1%, of course, the big advantage of them is that they do give Green Arrow time to set up an arrow loop.
Yes.
So either he's going to get those fire arrows exactly like he just did, which then they're scared.
That was so sweet.
He's like, I don't care if you're all behind me.
Oh, a boxing glove. 176 damage.
More than enough, and that should... Oh, he let him clash.
Let him clash, but they each have a bar. So there's a bar to both players' names. Cossner can stop this, and he will.
Oh, he
blocked.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He loaded, like, right in Superman's face. That is so scary.
So disrespectful.
Oh, no whiff punish. That could have been huge damage. Still, though, Knicks has the chance to bring this back.
Yes.
I mean, one hit in the corner could do it.
He absolutely does. And Cossner, missing most of those arrows, gets one flame arrow, slides out of the corner. Oh, and the throw bait. That is it.
Oh, no. Leaving... He actually could have gone from jump 2 right into meter burn breath, and then that would have been completely unclashable. But Cossner not having the reactions to clash that forward 2, Knicks making the comeback. Superman has to be one of the best characters in the entire game in making comebacks.
I would not disagree with you there. Something else to note, by the way, is every time Cossner is in the corner, he gets a free slide out because Knicks is kind of content with just trying to neutral jump on his wake up. And unfortunately, I would say that that actually just lets Cossner out of the corner for free.
Right. There are a lot of different ways that you have to bait Green Arrow's wake-ups, but neutral jump generally doesn't work too well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 2 special moves that he could be waking up with that will immediately beat that. And then, of course, slide gets out, and whip recovers really quick.
It's also completely safe if you meter burn it, and it's it's technically a mix-up because it's low overhead.
Right. And plus, technically, pass being safe.
Yeah.
Right now, Cossner really not able to find the zoning advantage. Ooh, that was really nice, but not quite in time to punish the laser.
Yeah, and no punish actually on the bow spin.
He meter burned it and then landed in the laser.
The
I like
tornado bow, I believe.
Ooh, is that what it's called? I actually forget what the actual name of that is. I know the slide is called Stinger.
Tornado?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hurricane bow.
Hurricane bow, there it is. Yeah, yeah. I was like, it's either tornado or hurricane, one of those twisty things. And, oh, the trade though, that actually was still technically in Knicks' favor.
Right, and now Cossner's going to have to...
The glove, I love when that glove comes out.
Well, and that is actually, that honestly was a great choice of how to use his meter. Because that allowed him to, oh, there we go, a second glove. And look at, he's pretty much evened it up.
No, not like this. Cossner 3 straight lasers, and then he blocked a grounded laser, then he blocked a straight laser. That is so much unnecessary damage.
Yeah, blocking a straight laser is essentially getting hit by a normal laser.
Yeah. Cossner trying to fight back.
Oh, hits him out of the air, out of the dash punch.
Oh, I was going to say he was going to chip him out, but he ended up using push block, but getting caught.
Almost definitely should have been Cossner's, but he just wasn't able to close it out. It's so hard to close anything out against Superman. He's got the mobility, he's got the damage, and he's got just the extremely fast normals that make it so that it's just not easy.
Yeah, and right there we saw down 2 into the up blast arrow.
Do not upward Savage Blast?
Yeah, upward Savage Blast, right? Because I know that one's called Savage Blast. But anyways, we saw that the first time I saw that conversion was actually at Vianality by Yamini.
Yeah, of course, everybody has been talking about Yamini since Vianality.
Yeah.
Let's really put Green Arrow on the hype board. Everybody is like, oh, let's see more Green Arrow. We got to see more Green Arrow. And
that's the thing. We've had good Green Arrows in the past. Like, again, Cossner is one of them. Obviously, Noble's Illusions. But I think it was just how stacked that tournament was, and the fact that he was completely unknown was what made it so exciting.
Yeah, of course, he does have an extremely cool Green Arrow playstyle.
Yeah, and his playstyle is, like, pretty different.
Oh, this damage should be huge. Oh, actually went for the reset. Good defense, but I say good defense, but then Cossner immediately getting hit by the overhead mix-up. And again, this match is looking like it's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, all of these matches between Cossner and Knicks have been very even.
Is this what you came for?
And now both players with one full life bar left apiece. Nice, hits him with the fire arrow.
Again?
Ooh, 2 fire arrows, but doesn't take that time to load.
He is 3 for 3 on the boxing gloves, by the way. Actually, no, I think that's 4 for 4.
I think you might be right. Are those boxing gloves filled with kryptonite?
I don't know. Oh, but wow, very fortunate for Cossner as he's trying to close this game out.
Oh, and he has just clipped him with so many fire arrows.
Another boxing, yeah, 5 for 5. Cossner. If he wants to. It is 2-1 in his favor, so if maybe he's going to try this and see if it works out. Nice punish by Cossner, though, to start off the game.
He may just be frustrated that, you know, he might just not want to get into zoning. He doesn't want to have to deal with it for this whole game, you know? He's like, all right, I've had to deal with 100,000 arrows. He's hitting me with all these boxing arrows. Let's just stop that for a little bit.
Maybe he got knocked senseless by the arrows.
All right, now, Cossner had a huge lead, but every opening by Darkseid sets up something else. So
yeah, Darkseid is a very high damage character, and he also is a very setup heavy character, and he can hit you with some pretty nasty mix-ups. Oh, just like that.
That was a delayed jumping stomp. Oh, that was, I don't actually know if that was a cross-up or not, but it was very, very ambiguous.
Oh, wow, he covered the air escape with the minion, the little demon.
Yeah, the parademon, the parademon. Wow, yeah, he completely covered that. I almost didn't even see it happen because it was so high up on the screen, but you can just see the very, very bottom of its portal right there. It's like, oh, hold up, I got you. That was sick.
And you can see where this match is actually a pain for Darkseid because of the fact that he can't do his normal zoning simply because of the fact that Green Arrow can actually just crouch and fire off those little 1% arrows all day while avoiding the straight or air Omega Beams from Darkseid like that. Unless he burns meter to get a hit, I mean, it's really in Arrow's favor. It looks like nice block.
Yeah, he needed to clash right there too, or he was almost definitely dead. I believe Cossner did have an ice arrow, but I'm not 100% sure. Definitely has one now.
Okay, goes for the 4-3 back 3 combo.
Oh, he avoided it by meter burning.
He did.
Flip kicked away.
Oh, and he has to break. 2 bars though are available for Custer. Only 1 for Knicks.
Oh, hits him with the raw knee.
Yeah, wow.
I think that must have actually been an input error, but it hit, so it doesn't matter. Oh, Cossner taking the advantage. Plus frames into plus frames.
Oh, armor back 3. Does another one.
Why did he go for unclashable? There was no clash left.
I don't know. Demon's coming out, and there it is, Knicks. Gonna take it.
That trip.
And a free trip, yeah, like we said, to Vegas, which is always a good time. Drink responsibly.
All right, so it looks like is this a button check or are they going in? It looks relatively real to me.
Real, yeah.
All right, so they must have just checked the buttons before the match started. And now we have Bdon against Cossner, which is a round 1 losers match. That is crazy.
Yeah, so loser of this is going home. Well, maybe they'll hang out at the GameStop for a little bit, but after the tournament's over, they're gone.
Right, I did get a chance to see yesterday a lot of the pictures and videos from all the different correspondents that we had out at each of the individual GameStops, and there was a lot of fun stuff going on. I mean, we had some people there spectating, we had some people cheering other people on. There was it seemed like a good time.
Oh, and right over. Nice block from Cossner. All the glyphs were on top of him. Now he's getting a lot of little licks in with these arrows. But Bdon was able to close it out.
He's gonna use that for free pressure. Nice, goes for the forward 3. Doesn't actually follow it up. I think he may have dropped the input.
Oh, that's possible. Wow, nice trade coming in for Bdon as he is going to cancel out the armor and again running into the glass.
That orb is invisible. No, it's honestly.
Could you imagine if it was though?
Oh,
that'd be ridiculous.
I can. I don't. Do you remember in Mortal Kombat 9 when the reptile force ball would sit in place and be invisible?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
that. Was ridiculous. Man, that was a long time ago.
That was good times.
Well, really, realistically, it was what, 5, 6, 7 maximum? 7, 6, 7 years ago? I don't know. 6 years.
Yeah, it was something close to that.
It seems like a longer time than it actually was my point.
That is a long time. And Bdon taking the first game. But I feel like since these players are in the same region, I feel like there might be a good chance that they've played before.
That's true. And now it is Cossner getting a little antsy, just trying to get in. He's eating a lot of these projectiles.
Oh, wasn't able to get the conversion, but still managed to open him up with a slide afterwards. Oh, he jumped over his own orb. It looked like he was trying to avoid it for some reason.
It's like, wait, is that mine? Oh, that's mine. I'm okay.
Oh, this
nice
should be a,
one.
No, didn't have the meter actually.
Did not have the meter, no.
Nice cross up.
Good conversion as well.
That was a little bit of a weird flip out, but I think I really don't know why he did that. Still, Bdon with the meter lead, even after using that meter burn roll escape.
Oh, that's going to be a good bit of damage. That the ending of 1-1-1 for Green Arrows is one of the most damaging hits off of a string.
Oh, and the explosion is going to trade with the ice arrow. That is a very, very weird trade, but the ice arrow really freezes for a long, long time. Oh, catches the meter burn roll out and a perfect punish. Down 1, making him respect whatever comes afterwards and then throwing him back into the corner. Very smart by Cossner. Oh, and look at this green arrow corner pressure. He said, you pressured me last time, it's my turn to show you what I can do.
Yeah, but still life deficit for Cossner. Bdon doing a really good job of keeping in control even though he's in the corner. He's starting to get mixed though.
You are a seasoned warrior.
Can't beat Taekwondo.
Wow. Wow.
That is so dumb. That is amazing. That's one of my new favorite Clash codes. Oh, these are unflashable.
The
late float animations. They just look, they're so relaxed. Look at him walking back. Just like, yeah, I'm good. Same thing with the walk forward.
Oh wow, no conversion. Oh, what?
I can't get over that Clash code, I'm sorry. As usual, green arrows, Clash code. It's so dumb, so good. Yeah. They always do such a great job with green arrow.
It's Oliver Queen, right? You got it. You got it.
Ooh, doesn't get the full conversion.
Ooh, and that may have... Wait, he's gonna toss him right in his own heel. Oh.
Trading projectiles, but trading projectiles with Fate, unless you have an arrow loaded, is going to just not be in your favor as a green arrow
at all. Especially if Fate is in trade, it's gonna be a bad time for you.
Meter burn roll in, actually not catching anything. Just let it happen. Bdon was like, okay, you rolled in, sure. All right, now he's going to use his meter as a shield, using that orb. Oh, one more onk, and this is really where he gets his setups going. Nice going for plus frame. So instead of using a more of a zoning setup, the fact that Cossner rolled in meant that Bdon was able to get pressure instead.
Yep. And again, he's doing... I gotta say, Bdon's done a great job of fighting with his back to the corner. And I think as a Fate player, where he is a character that potentially can get bullied into the corner, that's a really important skill set to have.
Oh, using the Ankh as a shield.
Oh, using the meter, but what a jump 3. Conversion gets damage off of it. Cossner's not out of it yet. It's very close. Is he gonna be the first player to go home? And he is.
Losing his... He was on his union...
union mandated break.
Yes, exactly. He's like, no, hold on. We've been playing for...
Do you think the Parademons have a union? Considering they die so often.
Just, literally, that's like their job. Look at that. He's gone. He's a goner. What is
wow.
this?
Jump circus? This is ridiculous.
Jump 2, jump 2, jump 2. It's like
there was a jump 3 in there. There was a jump 3.
In fact, honestly, it was probably an instant air stomp that he messed up.
Messed up, yeah.
But whatever works, I guess. And Knicks really controlling this so far with Darkseid. I guess he felt good after winning that very last game against Cossner with Darkseid. So he's like, you know what, I'm just going to stick with him.
Oh, down 2 is just a little too stubby.
And Kevo actually dropped a huge punish. Luckily, he managed to get out of the corner and get another opportunity, but you have to be ready to punish every little silly thing that Darkseid does, because he does take a lot of risks.
No, he does. And he's we've talked about it before, he's a character that he can't really play neutral. He doesn't have the best buttons with the best range, not even that fast. So he really has to rely on his tools, whether they're his Omega Beams. Oh man, what a read on Wake Up. Yeah, he has to rely on his tools, whether it's you know, teleporting around like a maniac and trying to get mix-ups, or using his Omega Parademon. But as far as like clashing, you know, up close, his button's not the best.
Right, he does have a decent down 1, but even off of his down 1, he doesn't have anything too great that he can get off of it, and it's relatively short. So he does have to play that kind of crazy style that we tend to see Darkseid play pretty much every single game.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the way he's meant to be played, though, right? I mean,
yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, look at a teleport like that, and tell me that he isn't supposed to be a wild man. But right now, Knicks playing, oh, I was about to say relatively patiently. That was an interesting trade. He traded with a down 1.
Dude, I really want, just looking at the Darkseid, I really want Steppenwolf to be in this game. Because, I mean, so Steppenwolf is actually technically Darkseid's uncle.
Yeah, of course, they've been talking about that for Justice League.
Yeah. Steppenwolf will be, it's not really a spoiler at this point. If you've seen the trailers and you know the characters, you know that Steppenwolf looks to be the main antagonist of the Justice League movie.
Ooh, and this is actually not a good thing for Kevo. The fact that he has 1 orb left at the end of that round means that since there's still 1 orb left, it hasn't begun recharging it. So he could have been recharging trait the entire time, but instead now he still doesn't have it.
No, and he has a life deficit. The meter advantage just came in favor of him, but he is down on quite a bit of life, which means that Darkseid could potentially end this by just projectiles or chip alone.
Ooh, and that was a bad drop. Did the forward 1-2 a little bit too fast, only got a forward 2.
Nice blocks from Kevo, though.
Ooh, I feel like he may have floated over that. And now it's potentially one hit apiece.
Again, that's the second time. No, that is the second time Knicks has read a jump.
Read, and what a scary, risky read on top of that. But hey, whatever works. He made the correct call.
Oh, nice instant jump 2 teleport. The jump 2 actually connected with KevoDaMan's dome.
We have seen Knicks do some crazy, crazy things. Right now, he's looking like he's in control of this matchup. It looks like Kevo may be a little bit overwhelmed. Of course, he's playing great. He's been playing extremely solid today, but it's just all these weird little interactions and, you know, just weird whiffs and stuff that he just doesn't seem to be able to really wrap his head around so far.
Yeah, oh, and what a stop. Still a little bit of life left on Emperor Nick's side. This is really huge for him if he can... Get a life bar, you can't. What a conversion off the Parademon.
I have never seen a conversion like that from Darkseid. I mean, I've seen some amazing conversions using the trait, but that one was a very specific one from the knee, and with that demon in particular, very, very weird, but very, very nice.
Oh, that could have actually been a landing recovery punish, but...
You'll not rule conduct. This day marks your end.
We could have seen unclashable damage right there, but I think Knicks was just like, you know what? I don't care at this point.
Yeah,
Still really early in the life.
That's true, and now he doesn't have to worry about that. Now he can go full out on his combos, potentially even bait out an air escape, which we saw him do before with a Parademon.
Yeah, I have to say, of every Darkseid player that I've seen, Knicks' ability to use the Parademons is...
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
It's really top-notch. Oh, jump out! What?
No! What was that? He jumped back to catch a forward advancing normal on the way up, and then went into a meter burn stop. I have never in my life seen that against a grounded normal. That was just something else.
That was kind of ridiculous.
Ooh, catches him, but no full conversion.
Oh, and he went for, I think he tried for the throw bait, and it worked out.
I think that was actually the closest set that we've seen out of the New York region so far.
Correct.
All right, so starting off in the Batcave, with that little tiny background bounce there. Little baby background bounce. Everything's baby size.
Yeah, that's actually not the worst. Only took 59 damage from that meter burn lightning. Could have taken over 200.
That was a very, very high anti-air from the Glyph.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about as far as Kevo's decisions. Oh, that was a beautiful conversion.
Oh, and a good bait on the meter burn flip out.
Yeah, so again about Kevo's decision. So what he did there is every time Bdon gets the orb out and he burns meter to place it and to stop it, Kevo immediately just goes into low lightning mode, and he'll throw those out even if he gets trades, and that's actually a really great decision.
That's true. In fact, that's something we could potentially see even when that orb is not out, just because those trades are always so good for Black Adam. Bdon has a huge life deficit. This is one of the biggest life deficits that we've seen from pretty much any of these games.
Wow, but look at all this control and all of this pressure.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, wow.
That was an incredible sequence right there.
That was, and Bdon still has this positioning. Good usage of meter burn interactable, and a good whiff punish too on the back three.
I believe he actually could have done forward one into meter burn low lightning, and he would have pretty much had chip kill afterwards.
I think you are correct with that. And then he could have just activated trade, but still going to finish it with...
Because you're like, wow, I didn't get out neutraled, I didn't get out footseed, I didn't really get outsmarted, I just got out mixed.
Right. I mean, that's generally how people feel. Of course, there's a ton of skill that goes into making Darkseid work. Darkseid, just based on how unsafe he is and just the lack of neutral tools, you have to play a very, very smart, different way. But overall, nobody likes losing that way that people play.
Yeah, because again, he's a very high-risk, high-reward type of character, and that's what, you know, you get frustrated when you get mixed up because you're like, wow, he just teleported all over the place, and then I ate a boot stomp, which is a low from the air, like, damn it, like, why did this happen this way?
Right. And so, of course, Kevo probably feels that way. He's probably mad. He's probably taking it out on Bdon.
Kind of looks like it, actually.
It certainly does. And, you know, earlier we saw something from Bdon that we saw from him a lot during the broadcast this last week, which is a neutral jump instant 3. And I still want to know what that is.
I don't know.
I cannot, I've been thinking about it a lot since the last broadcast. I cannot for the life of me think of what he could be trying to do. If any of you out there have any idea what that instant jump 3 could be, hit me up on Twitter. Hit us up on Twitter, at ESLinjustice. Use hashtag HopetimeHeroes. Hit me up on Twitter. Doesn't matter. But I just want to know what that
I'm curious as well. What
we've seen it like 8 times.
We've seen it quite a bit. It's like an instant jump 3, and he doesn't have any air specials, obviously.
Right. But this is getting down to the wire. Clash still available for both players.
Nice punish. That is going to have to be a clash coming from Kevo. 2 bars. He's gonna spend just 1. Keeping 1 meter potentially for that situation right there.
So Bdon putting himself on the board.
Yeah, this could go the distance. These 2 players, very talented, know how to play against each other's characters pretty well.
Absolutely. These 2 definitely look like they have a good amount of experience against each other. We haven't seen Kevo really disrespect any of the situations that people tend to not be used to dealing with against Fate.
270 damage. That was not worth the trade. Wait, is he gonna get hit? No, very smartly extends the... That was great from Kevo.
I have to say, Kevo has such an incredibly good presence of mind. He is always ready for little things like that, or different ways to convert to keep the opponent in the corner. It's just such a smart player.
And just as we said, smart. Oh!
He was a smart player, but
Bdon's
dropping
like,
that combo was
still
not
here.
smart. Yeah, he's like, hey, that wasn't the life bar, buddy. Decent amount of damage to be able to deal, though, and the bigger thing actually is the fact that Bdon managed to completely get out of the corner before he lost that life bar. A lot of damage. All right, 430. I actually think that the cage, the meter burn cage, is not the optimal start anymore. Of course, a lot of his damage and his damage scaling was changed, so yeah. I think we can get a teensy bit more damage, but overall, he still got his maximum damage, did what he was comfortable with.
Yeah, actually, without...
oh, that conversion!
Wow!
What?
Such an intellectual player. Like, he looks at things from every angle, and like we said, he's so good at knowing when to kind of cool off the jets and step off the gas, and then when to completely just go full throttle.
I absolutely agree, especially again with a player or with a character like Black Adam. Oh, barely manages to get over the lightning. We do see 2 glyphs. Oh, they did not both connect, so 1 more won't do as much as Bdon wants, but instead using the trait glyph, he actually just gave up on the glyph idea right there.
Yeah, going back to what you were talking about earlier, the most optimal combo is actually forward 1-2 into raw black magic, then meter burn, because if you use the trait later in the combo, it actually scales less. So I believe that's the reason it does more damage, but that is the most optimal combo mid-screen.
Right, of course, still good to use the trait for hit confirms if you're not confident. But if you do manage to see that your forward 1-2 is going to hit, you can go right into that meter burn black.
Yep.
So Bdon now on potentially the last life bar that he needs to make it into Grand Finals. Running it back so far really well against the person who knocked him into losers.
Yeah. Kevo is actually very close to being eliminated here.
Ooh, and look at this patience from Kevo. Oh, that may have been a mistake, actually.
I think it was.
Then he just throws it away. He's like, you know what? You can't use this, so I'm going to use it, even if it's not going to hit. One of the shortest range interactables in the entire game, actually.
Wow, Kevo's at the perfect range right now. Oh, and that is it! Bdon moves! From Bdon.
It's true, and of course, they only had 2 chances to play each other. Of course, Kevo won the first one, Bdon won the second one. I feel like those 2 could go back and forth every day, but that's just how how it all plays out. Now, it looks like Knicks is going to end up going Darkseid. You know, he won 3-0 with Darkseid in his last set. He's, again, probably just feeling comfortable. I wouldn't be surprised if he did end up switching to Superman if he feels a little bit more, or a little bit less comfortable later on. Still, this is a very, very weird matchup.
Nice meter burn roll to get through. The meter burn Omega Beam coming out. Nice conversion, good damage.
That's absolute max. Did you see that? It was 500 damage. Now, of course, it's against Darkseid, so the numbers are a little bit skewed towards the high end. Still, a huge amount of damage.
But again, I don't know if is he meaning to do that?
Almost definitely not. I think what he's going for is a glyph. He's trying to summon glyph that's going to be down back 3, or maybe he's trying to throw the glyph, which is down forward 3, but instead he's getting down 3. Overall, it's very similar to when we see him doing that instant jump 3. So I really don't know what the answer is.
This is also a very interesting matchup simply because of the fact that both of these characters are perfectly comfortable being full screen.
That is true, but the trades overall are going to be a little bit more in Darkseid's favor just because they do knock down.
Yeah, that is huge.
Whose vengeance is upon you?
Bringing back a little bit of life, just the 1 bar. Oh, this is going to be a big conversion. He has the meter. Bdon choosing not to clash.
Uh-oh, and this could come back to haunt him, because it is possible that Emperor Knicks actually doesn't let him clash through damage straight through projectiles or meter burn back 3 or forward 3s. Or Parademons goes for a grab.
Oh, manages to get over this. Should be a pretty big combo. Oh no, you know what? He wasn't in trade. He was if he'd activated trade a little bit before that, he actually might have been able to kill. Now still, he's going to get some nice setups. He's going to get a lot of zoning advantage and a lot of free chip, but the teleport's always on the table. Oh, but in fact,
wow,
it was the Fate teleport. That was time to throw that out for the first time in the entire tournament.
Yeah, that's something we saw him use quite a bit last week, but that was the first time so far, as you said, this tournament that he's used it. These conversions are so good.
Yeah, that damage off of them is so significant. That combo a little bit less significant, but still manages to give him a nice setup. Now, oh, look at this continued pressure. You would never believe that Fate was a good zoner when you see Bdon pressuring with him. But overall, good patience by Knicks. He hasn't really been opened up by too much stuff. Still, Bdon's defense working out great. Oh, he dashed right into the Parademon.
Right into it, and this huge life lead that Bdon had is slowly melting away. Really good decisions here coming from Knicks, but actually now he's starting to bleed a little more than I feel like he would care to.
Oh, drops the conversion, but such a huge life lead from Bdon. It is very, very difficult to bring something like that back against a character like Dr. Fate.
It's not over yet.
We have seen so many good usages of meter burn. It tracks really well, and if they're in a situation where you can, of course, gain free pressure from being in trade and using those glyphs, or you manage to hit them with a 3rd glyph right before you hit them with the teleport, there are just a lot of good ways that you can make it safe. And so, it looks like Knicks is going back in with Darkseid. He does, of course, have Superman. There's some, there's been some talk about Superman being a tough matchup for Dr. Fate.
I could definitely see that, especially when we watched Bdon play Predator last week. It looked very punishing.
Definitely a little bit more, challenging than this matchup. But you know what? Knicks, so far, making it work. That should be the kill.
Witness how a true god battles.
Ooh.
Both of these characters leave glyphs in the ground after they win.
And they stay there, and they persist, and that's what I absolutely love.
Yeah, I think it's super great too.
I noticed on this stage specifically too, Superman's eye, his ground lasers, actually can still leave the trail on the ground for a long, if not forever. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, wow, that was the highest anti I've ever seen for that back two. Didn't get too huge of a conversion from it, but still good defense, and that was plus. I think actually there was an attempt to do a down 1, but we ended up seeing just a reversal slow warp, I think. All right, good clash.
Darkseid will control you. You deceive yourself.
1 bar each. Bdon is 119 life away from losing his first game against Emperor Knicks. And he's potentially 446 life away from resetting the bracket.
Oh, uses the plus frames, and now he needs just one more big opening, and that could be it!
Oh, and it is a reset from Bdon. What a conversion!
Oh, Kryptonian.
And immediately starts it off by throwing something. How rude.
I think he was going to use that. Yeah, this is a very, very good start. Superman getting the opponent in the corner is always, of course, a great start. But a great meter burn roll out. I love the fact that that Bdon used the advantage to kind of set up that meter burn roll. Meter burn roll not fully invincible until you're all the way completely done with your dash. So anything that would punish a normal dash would also punish that. All right, one more glyph and the explosion. Wow, Knicks just barely landing in time. And you know, this is not the first time that we... Oh, that was a beautiful conversion. Yeah, not the first time that we've seen Bdon drop a conversion off of just a raw back to anti-air, which is weird because he's so good at every other weird little conversion, but when he doesn't have a glyph and he just lands a back two, sometimes he just like, I don't know, he'll go under or he'll do nothing. It's very weird.
Nice air-to-air. His jump one is actually, Fate's jump one seems to be a fantastic air-to-air.
It is one of the best in the entire game. Oh, wow, the knockback actually made one of the glyphs whiff, but he's just throwing them out. Again, using the glyphs as such a great defensive tool. Throwing out
quite well.
Yeah, that's a bit of an understatement. That was one of the best weeks that we've ever had on Hometown.
I agree. Nice block, good punish. Ooh.
All right, solid amount of damage as usual from Darkseid.
Yeah, once again, both players are in the loser's bracket now. And Bdon has he is 4-0 against Knicks right now.
Yeah, you're right. He is 4-0, and then of course the switch back to Darkseid. I feel like it's a little bit weird, but whatever he feels comfortable with. Again, like I was saying, Knicks known for playing Darkseid, but I think Superman's a little bit newer than Darkseid generally. Forehand. Oh, he stopped that teleport before it even started. Ooh, breaking through the armor, and that was a good clash because he might not have had a chance after that. That would have been huge damage. Oh, tried to back two, but just because they were in the corner, the teleport went all the way over Dr. Fate's head. There was nothing that he could do right there. And again, these corner teleports are just tricking Bdon. He doesn't seem like he's used to being able to deal with them. Maybe an instant jump one would be his best option, but definitely not that back two, as it's been whiffing behind Darkseid.
Okay, life is about even. No, never mind. Bdon is slowly bleeding out a little more than I'm sure he would like to. Glyph for pressure. Forward three, 8 to, wow. Wow.
Oh, and that is almost definitely guaranteed chip. Oh no, one more forward bit. Oh, that was an accident. That was almost definitely an
actually, I purposely kept away from social media, simply so that I could, I didn't want to know who won, so I could watch, and I have no idea still who's won every region. Actually, there's one region I may know.
Yeah, so this is all a surprise to you. Now, I've looked at a lot of
you have,
and
you
seen
cheated.
How it happened. So
you cheated.
Hey, I've been keeping up to date. These were very important. It was very exciting. I loved watching all these players really talk about their wins and how they felt, and even their losses. I mean, as heartbreaking as it is to see, it was just great to watch yesterday. And of course, you know, we weren't going to have these players try to hold on to that information. This obviously means a lot to them. It means a lot to us. And so we want to still be able to bring you guys these matches without, you know, being fake. Oh, and that was a lot of damage.
Yeah. So one of us, that was kind of the stipulation though. One of us needed to kind of keep track with what was going on, and the other one stayed in the dark, and I was the one that got to stay in the dark.
No, but I'm still of course, even though I know the results.
Yeah, but it's still exciting to see how it happened.
Exactly, and I actually did not look at the direct bracket for most of these, so you know I don't know who got knocked from the losers. I don't know who reset. It's all completely new to me, and I love seeing how
Bdon reset Knicks.
I did not. Now I do though. Believe it or not.
Well, you may have just spoiled the ending to this match.
What? Oh, maybe. Well, no. I mean, it could have either way.
That's how you trick Evan, everyone.
Yeah,
if you ever meet Wonder Chef, you just gotta ask him technical questions, and he jibber jabbers.
Oh, you're saying I'm not a technical guy?
No, I'm just saying you're too technical.
Oh, all right. You caught me jibber jabbering.
Hubris seals your fate.
All right, 1 bar for Bdon. Oh, what a way to stay in the air, avoid the back two. And Knicks has realized that Bdon is just automatically back twoing after every single teleport. And he's trying to find all the different ways to bait it.
Oh, and there it is, Bdon up 2 To what?
Back to character select, no real thought about it. Knicks automatically locking himself into Darkseid for the rest of the set. He's got to win 2 in a row. He can't switch back to Superman, so that means no matter what, he will have only used Superman for just 1 game against Bdon.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Getting right through.
And that, maybe 4-3 is what he wanted, because let me tell you, this is probably the lowest damage transition in the game.
It is. Of course, every single stage transition has a different amount of damage, just kind of base on it. And I believe that is the lowest.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Buffalo, or I should say Buff.io. Buff.io could be one of the players that could definitely attest to that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Of course, we all saw that that very, very nice comeback by Buff.io against Silvereye. Of course, Silvereye did win that set, but still good stuff to Buff.io.
Yeah, still really high.
That double dash forward into raw slide. What a minute.
What a minute. He kind of is.
Deny Darkseid.
But Knicks looking really good here. He is very, very much adapted. Wow, he actually did nothing off of that teleport. I don't know what he was trying to bait, but that was pretty risky. Bdon has made such an incredible usage of the meter burn rolls this entire day. I mean,
well, technically they're not meter burn rolls because he meter burn like invisibles.
That's true.
But yes, go on.
Meter burn phase through, maybe. Oh, nice anti-air, very, very top. Tippity top of that back two. And again.
So close to taking it.
Needs one more combo. But we're seeing another combo from Knicks. He has one more bar if he wants to extend it.
And that is going to be the kill, 2-2. Wow. 553
ender. But, you know, he knows his character extremely well. And so that means that we are now in the final match of the Grand Finals for New York. One of these 2 players moving on to the Vegas National Finals. Who's it going to be?
Don't know, but that jump attack actually whiffing and giving Knicks a chance to air and again getting tagged.
Oh, uses the meter burn projectiles for pressure, and finally the throw works. We've seen Knicks with that throw so many times.
He's been trying, and that was an unfortunate wasted meter. Only one of those projectiles actually hitting Knicks.
Look at Knicks running away with the life lead. Most of these matches he's had to make a comeback, but already he's looking good.
Yeah, Knicks is doing a fantastic job of avoiding everything while meanwhile hitting Bdon with everything that he's throwing out.
Darkseid will have
That's true, but of course Bdon, also known for making comebacks. All he's got to do is he's got to get a little bit of time, start his setup, and then, I don't know, use maybe his teleport or just something like this. This should be a good amount of damage. Look at that, 481 against Darkseid.
Oh, he went for the anti-air, was a little too far away. And Bdon, Knicks has done a fantastic job of avoiding all of the zoning and all of the zoning options from Bdon and Fate. And that is the adaptation that he's been using.
I think that was the biggest adaptation in the entire set so far. But you know, the back two, it's still working sometimes. All right, so last life bar for both players. Of course, Bdon already without Clash. That is going to be so huge, especially with a huge combo coming like this.
Wow. Dr. Fatality.
That's what an interactable for that, or what an achievement.
Yeah, but
for
we're
that
so close. Is Emperor Knicks gonna be the one to go to the finals in Las Vegas?
Oh, no punish on the raw knee, but Dr. Fate's still in the healing field, and this could be a good amount of damage.
And he's putting down another one. He's trying to keep himself alive as long as possible, and this is actually working quite well to his favor. Good block.
We're starting to see that corner pressure, but of course the teleport out is going to give so much space to Darkseid.
Nice block! Armor 4-3 doesn't work in a clash for Knicks.
Darkseid will control you. He'll seal your fate.
One bar for Knicks. Is he going to use it? No, he's going to save it for the conversion. He knows that means that one more conversion will give him the win, or he can use it for some almost guaranteed chip.
And look at this. Knicks is dragging the screen backwards, so he actually cannot heal, but he is in the field. And that is going to do it. Knicks advances to the Vegas Finals at the GameStop Consumer Expo.
Wow, with just about 20% life left.